please. My name is Randall Keeney. I live at 4402 Graham Road, 27410. I'd like to read simply from a little book called Total Misconduct, written by Samuel Clark. Begins on page 344. In the August 12, 2010 edition of the Carolina Peacemaker, the headline on the front page article stated, "More police officers who filed grievances up for termination." This article discussed the conditions in the Greensboro, North Carolina Police Department that prompted more than 30 officers to file EEOC complaints of discrimination. According to the newspaper article, the Coalition of Concerned Citizens believes that Assistant Police Chief Dwight Krotz is recommending the officers for termination in a retaliatory measure. The article went on to say that officers who have been the most vocal are the ones being targeted for termination. Captain Charles Cherry, one of the officers up for termination, was placed on administrative duty last month after assisting several of his subordinates with the filing of grievances. Cherry's return to active duty was pending a fit-for-duty evaluation by a psychologist. This was a very familiar scenario typically associated with systemic corruption. A police officer makes strong complaints of misconduct by members of the police agency. The agency then attacks the officer making the complaint and terminates the officer for some relatively minor non-criminal administrative infraction. The police agency denies all allegations of misconduct and declares the complaining officer is a disgruntled employee that has broken departmental rules. Typically, the complaining officer's service weapon is confiscated, and he or she is required to take a psychological fitness for duty examination. Yes, I have experienced this type of reaction after I reported serious criminal misconduct by supervisors of the Newark, New Jersey Police Department. It is a consistent reaction by nearly all police agencies plagued with systemic corruption. The complaining officer is terminated for non-criminal administrative charges, and the supervisors involved in serious criminal misconduct are retained and rewarded with promotion. Readers may wonder how I could come to be so certain about the Greensboro Police Department. It says, well, you be the judge. In January 2011, I listened to a recorded conversation on the internet. The recording apparently was a conversation between a female Greensboro Police Department and a sergeant of the Greensboro Police Department. The sergeant said the city manager had told him to conduct an investigation about a complaint that was filed against him, the sergeant. In other words, the sergeant was investigating himself. And this sergeant said the orders came from the
Your time has expired, please. Thank you.
Please do something. Please.
I'm Curtis Brown. I live at 6106 Long Branch Court, Pleasant Garden. And to continue what was just being said, in that article it said that he contacted Rashad Young's office and asked the question, do you have a policy that allows an officer to investigate himself? The person on the other end said, I cannot comment on that. I personally asked him if he had given permission to allow an officer to investigate himself. I have yet to get an answer from Mr. Young. However, I was told that one of the council members had asked, and he said he did not. My question then, if he did not give him permission, why has he not done something about it? The issue is there is unquestionable corruption within the department, and this council, many of you are doing all you can to cover it up. I want Greensboro to know how wonderful our council persons are with the business of being only concerned about their own. They have forgotten we the people. They do not understand government of the people, for the people, by the people. I want all of Greensboro to know that you have a good opportunity come November to make everybody know that we will not tolerate this kind of autocratic, dictatorial hateful, mean-spirited. A young lady left this office who was well qualified to be an attorney in here, and no one stood up for her. You brought her here, she left here, we are still paying, we are paying suits, you are doing a terrible job, and call yourself representatives of the people. May God bless your souls, because somebody needs to look at you. You are dirty, you are wrong, you are hateful, you are vicious. I hope all of Greensboro hear me say this to you. Every one of you, especially Sister Mary Rakestraw. I worked with her, Danny Thomas. I know you are true to Wayne. And Zach Matheny, you take the trophy. I wish I had one to give you. And the mayor, you can have the rest of the time.
Thank you.